I feel threatened.
Hey, what's up my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the ThreeZero Transformers The Last Night Megatron. So here we are, and there he is. And first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. As you can see, it's a very large box for a very large bot, but you can see right up front here a very nice image of Megatron, Transformers Last Night, Megatron. On this side, Premium Transformers Last Night Megatron. On this side, Premium Transformers Last Night Megatron. On the top, it's just a bunch of foam and stuff and things, but we can remove the slipcover here. This attaches via some Velcro. Pull that off. And just pull off the slipcover here. Put that off to the side. You can see the big block of foam that the figure itself is encased in. You can see nice Decepticon symbol right there. Premium, Megatron, Transformers The Last Night, all of that good stuff. And that's basically it for the packaging. And moving right along, here we have Megatron as he appeared in Transformers The Last Night. And yeah, ThreeZero. Woo, ThreeZero. These people are good at what they do, man. They are good at their job. Just looks like he jumped right off the screen. An amazing piece, a work of art, like I say with all of these ThreeZero figures. They're just so good. So good, but let's get in close here so we can take a look. Not at his chest, at his noggin. There's the noggin. Oh, that's beautiful. That's a face only a mother could hate. Oh, look at that. You can see, oh, that wonderful detail there. He's got the red going down the side of his face. Just really, really nicely done. You get some nice weathering effect going on in there. You get some gold in there as well. Just a really good looking head sculpt. You get a nice, almost kind of like dark, like a blood red going on in there. Looks so good. And again, lots of nice weathering effect throughout the figure. Just make them look dingy and dirty and battle worn. It's like the edges, you know, like they have some rust on them and stuff. Like, so good. Like 3A does an amazing job with their paint work. Let's see the skirts going on here. So good. He's a hefty figure too. He's definitely got some die casts in him. It's all in the legs, which is the perfect place to put die cast. Makes him more stable. His big old feet, got the big old claws going on. Very nicely done. One nice addition with this figure is you do get these little self-adhesive strips you put on the bottoms of his feet, and these give his feet more grip, which is nice. Again, just adds to the stability factor. But again, so much detail going on. Got his butt plate. Hey, you gotta protect your butt too. Hey. And again, that nice, just deep, dark red going on in there. All that detail. Let's take a look at the arms real quick. Again, a lot going on here. Just so good looking. So good looking. Look at those hands. Nice detailed hands and fingers. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous piece as far as I'm concerned. Love it. Absolutely love it. Now, articulation-wise, the head. Again, wiggly waggly. It's squeaky, but you got some wiggly waggly there. You basically got a double bulging going on in there. One at the base of the neck, one at the top of the head. So you have multiple points of movement there. You can get him doing that, kind of bring his head down, bring it forward a little bit. You can look up a good bit. Head can rotate. Again, you kind of want to be careful because stuff is going to collide there, but rotates pretty much as you need it to. As you can see, his pecs can move. You can get some pec pop-in action from Megs. You can move the shoulder pads up, and the arms can rotate. They're on a ratchet. And, you know, you can get up pretty high again. You know, the shoulder pads are going to kind of get in the way there, but rotate them forward, rotate them back. You also can bring the shoulders forward. There's a joint that allows them to move forward like that if you want to. Outward movement. You have two joints for outward movement. You have one right there, and then you have one at the base that allows the arms to move up even higher. And again, you can try to get the shoulder pad out of the way, but you get some nice range of movement there at 2 points. Moving down the armular region, we do have bicep rotation. You have a double jointed, oops, I popped his hand off the ball joint. Yeah, you have a double jointed elbow. So you have good range of movement there. And the wrists, as you saw, are on a ball joint. The hands can rotate. You got your wiggly waggly. You do have nice posable hands. The thumb is on a ball joint at the base. You have wiggly waggly there. And you have a hinge. And all the fingers are on a ball joint at the base. You can get a good splay going on there if you want. And rotation. And you also have a hinge there and a hinge there. So you have nice, fully posable fingers. Now, as far as the body goes, you do have side-to-side movement here on the upper torso. You do have waist rotation as well. You can get pretty good range of movement there. You do have a nice ab crunch. I always have to turn it around because I love this effect. So when you engage the ab crunch, you get more of that detail that gets revealed, more of that creepy spinal column going on there, which is very cool. And now we move on down to the legs. So let's move on down here. So as far as the legs go, now these skirt pieces, they're on multiple ball joints, so you can kind of move these around, get them out of the way if you need them to. This one's a bit squicky, but this one moves around. But you can also move this around as well. But as far as the leg movement goes, legs can go forward. And again, these are on a big ratchet. Go forward, about that far, back, get it back. Again, if you move things around, you can get it back about that far. Outward movement, again, kind of move things out of the way. These pieces here on his waist will also kind of shift upward. Get out. You can get out. Whoops. Oh, pop things off there, but you can get out about that far. You may not want to go that far, or you're going to pop the panels off. But you got thigh rotation. You have a double jointed knee. And I love how the knee works here. Everything kind of splits apart and reveals some more detail. And then as you bring the leg back, it all just comes back together. And that's really cool how that works. And as far as the feet go, you have some upward movement, downward movement. You got ankle tiltage, and you have a ratcheted toe joint there. You get 2 clicks. So there you go. So now let's run through the accessories. First thing we get is his sword. The instructions call it his brute sword, so hey, it's the brute sword. Sure, why not? But again, you can see the nice paintwork there. Nice detail. Just looks, you know, rusted and worn and battle ready. Nice detail going on there. All that spiky goodness. So you get his sword. You also get his shield. Again, nicely done. It's all scuffed up and whatnot. You got some bits of gold in there. Again, very nice. The other side also has a lot of detail going on that I did not know was there. I didn't have to put it in there, but they did, and I appreciate it. So you get his shield, and we get his cannon, which again looks like a spaceship on its own, doesn't it? But you can see again some nice detail, nice paintwork going on. And this can extend. If you grab this section here, pull it forward, it can open up. Come on. There we go. That'll slide forward and open up like so, which is quite cool. This does have a light up feature. You just open up this panel here. It takes 2 LR44s, which are not included. You'll have to get those yourself. You can get those cheap on Amazon. You can just close that back up and you just push on the barrel, and that lights up a nice bright orange Now it looks like a shark, like a big old shark cannon. That's pretty cool. So you get that, you just slide that back, like so, to close it back up. Light still works. But there you have that. You also get the chain for the cannon. This is a stiff piece, this doesn't move. So you get that as well. And you also get these bits and pieces right here. We'll show off how all this works in a little bit. You also get this piece right here. Again, we'll show off how all this works. More bits and pieces. And again, we'll show you how all of this works in a bit. And one more thing that we will save for later. So the first thing we'll do is we'll show off storage here. So if you want to just store the sword on his back, the first thing you want to do is you want to pop off this panel right here. Pop that off his back. You want to take the sword, you want to remove these pieces here, these side pieces. Remove that, and remove that. And then this piece will slide right through that opening, like so. And you take this piece that we took off his back, and that will just peg in right there. Then you just plug all this onto his back, like so. And there you go. You got the sword stored on his back. You can angle it if you want to. Totally up to you what you want to do. And there you have the sword stored on his back. So that's a thing you can do if you want to do it. Now, if you want to store the sword and the shield on his back, what we do here is we need to remove this. We're not going to need it. And bring in the shield. We're going to be using this piece right here. And this will just plug in right there, like so, and then this will go through the sword, like that, and then we plug this onto his back, and voila, there you have the sword and the shield stored on his back. So hey, that's a display option if you want to take advantage of it, and as always, options are good. So now let's arm him up. So we'll put on his cannon. So what we need to do here is we need to pop off this panel right here, remove that, and we're going to plug in this panel in its place. It just plugs in via posts and ports. And once we do that, we can take his cannon, and that will just plug right onto his arm, like so. And then we take the chain bit here, and this will plug in to the cannon right here, and there's also this port right up here in the shoulder pad. So you just line that up, and that will just fit right in, like so. And there you go. Now he has his fusion cannon in place. Looking very cool. Love that. Love it. Love it. And now if we want to give him his sword, what we need to do is we need to remove this little section right here and replace it with this section that has the peg. And we just slide that in its place. Get in there. Get. There we go. Just slide that in. And then we need to come here to his palm, and there is this panel here we have to pop off, and that reveals a port. And you just take that, plug it into his hand, wrap his fingers around it. There he is with his mighty brute sword. So he's got that going on. And to give him his shield, we have to pop off this section right here, and then pop off this section here of his forearm. Remove that, and replace it with this bit here. That will just plug right in. Just line up the posts and ports, and the shield will just plug on. Right there, again, just get everything lined up, push it on, and there he has his shield. And there we have the big bad Megs all armed up and ready for battle. That looks cool. And the last couple things to show off involve his noggin, and we can give him his battle mask, and to do that we have to do some more part swapping here. So we have to just grab hold of these side pieces here, and just kind of wiggle them loose, wiggle, 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 pop that off here, and just give it a little wiggle, 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 there we go. Remove that, and then we have to remove his mouth, just pull that off. And this one holds on pretty secure. Come on. Come on. Give me your face, Megatron. Give me your face. I know that's not your role, but you gotta give me your face here. Come on. There we go. You can see it holds on via 2 posts, and there's also a magnet in there that holds it on as well. And now, that's just disturbing. That's just disturbing. But now we want to put on this mouth, and again just line up those posts. That'll just snap right on, and then we bring in the new head pieces, and those will just peg right in. Make sure everything's lined up. Push it in. Line up those posts and ports, and push it in, and now he has his battle mask on, and I love that look. That looks so cool. And he does also have light up eyes, and if you pop the top of his head off here, you can see the battery compartment. Again, it takes 2 LR44s, which are not included. You'll have to get those yourself, but... And when you pop his head back on, you just push on top of his head, and his eyes glow a nice beady red. And that looks so cool. Love that. Love that. So... there you go. So there you have that, and now for comparison. Here he is with the ThreeZero Last Night Bumblebee. I think he's supposed to be smaller, but it's alright. Here he is with the 3A, 3.0, 3 whatever you want to call them. They're 3.0 now, they were 3A at the time. The 3A Last Night Optimus Prime, and they definitely look very, very good together. Like that very much. And here he is with the 3.0 Deluxe Bumblebee Movie Prime, just so you can see how their deluxe figures scale with their big boys. Here he is with the leader class, Last Night Megatron. He's a little guy. Aww. And here he is with the Unique Toys, Last Night Megatron. And of course, for all the people who are going to say, boo, because this doesn't transform, well, this exists. Buy that one. Problem solved. So, there you go. So there you have Megatron, and as is usually the case with ThreeZero, sculpting, detail, paintwork, just all of it on point. It's a gorgeous figure, looks amazing, it's fun to mess with, fun to pose, just a work of art, and absolutely love it. And this is my favorite incarnation of movie Megatron, and they totally did it justice. I love it, absolutely love it. So there you go. Now, if you would like this or any of ThreeZero's other offerings, you can always check out BigBadToyStore.com for availability. There'll be a link in the description down below, so you can check that out. You can also check out the ThreeZero playlist for any reviews you may have missed. Also linked in the description down below, so you can check that out as well. And I think that's it. So don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Love Peace Paranormal, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below, and I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So there is the ThreeZero Transformers The Last Night Megatron, and this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face. Hey Megatron, I have a question for you. How many bodies have you gone through at this point? I mean, come on. Pick a style and stick to it. Oh, like you're one to talk, you have a new form like every other day. But the difference is, I look good doing it. Hey, remember when I ripped your head off? Are we really going back to that?